All right, Markwell family, let's take a look at your attic. And you all are correct. You are under insulated for Maryland standards. We want to be R49, which is right around 13, 14 inches. I wanted to address the flue over there. As I'd mentioned, I had pulled the insulation back and it revealed not only the chase for the flue itself, but you can see there to the right there are ducts that are also running in that conduit. And again, those are just exposed to the elements, the weather, really, the air, the hot and cold, and we want to make sure we disconnect that from the attic, from the inside, from the attic. I also wanted to take a moment and just talk to you a little bit about these bath fans and the ventilation. As I mentioned, they're terminating just short of the gable. And what we want to do is probably in your case, even though you have a new roof, we want to run them through the roof, and I'm going to show you how we do it. So this is Kyle, and he's very skilled at what he does, and he'll drill that hole and get up there on the roof and, make sure that we get things all notched out and looking good, prep the area. And we use a special collar or special cover that you see how it has a flange, and he makes sure that he measures appropriately. And we make sure we cut that first layer of shingles off so that we can put that flange underneath the outlying shingle. And once everything is in place, we use roofing cement or roofing caulk. And you can see how he applies it to the flange and then tucks it underneath the shingles so it's secure. And the thing about shingles, they're designed for water to roll down and over top, so you're not going to get any leakage there. And we make sure we caulk all those penetrations, and then we seal those shingles back up. Now, the reason why we like to go through the roof is when you look at things from the inside, you can see that it just creates an opportunity to run a very short duct from the fan to the place where the air is going to evacuate, and that just means that the fan's going to work more efficiently and it's going to be quieter. There's less drag. The air doesn't have as far to go. So all in all, it's just a better setup. And then you can see that we insulate and then we add the insulation, and that just covers the whole thing. So back to your attic. You can see the bath fan in the hallway, which is the newer, and then you can see the one bay back there. Underneath some new plywood is the old one. And ironically, the old one is still working. Or is working better, I should say. This is your attic fan, and as we go a little further into this presentation, you'll see where those connection points, not only the flue, but some other areas that are connected to the inside where that fan will actually draw your air conditioning out in the summer. Speaking of, this is your kitchen exhaust. And you can see how that exhaust is coming up, I think, through the wall or through the cabinet. In any case, it is creating a pathway for air to communicate with the house. And this is just a really good opportunity. As you can see there, there's a very nice large gap pointed out if you're not able to notice it. But this is a good opportunity to show you what I mean by air sealing. And this is Ivan, and he's air sealing not only the electrical, but any type of crack, crevice, wires that feed the switches down below. And you'll see you guys have a couple of those as well several. In fact, that's me cutting right to it here. You can see these are some electrical wires that are penetrating through a top plate or a top of the wall that feed down into a switch or an outlet. And you can see where the insulation was really, really dark in that picture, and that's because air was communicating in that space for years. And then this is that electrical work that was done over the kitchen, and we want to seal all that up. And here I turn off my light. I just wanted to see if I could see daylight. I know you all had your soffit done, and I don't want to open up a can of worms, but what I'd like to see are some type of ventilation at the soffit areas to allow intake of air into the attic for ventilation. This is the side gable wall. I was mentioning to you that there's a gap there, just allowing air from the attic. So we want to make sure we seal all that up. And there's some new plywood there at the edge that they put on, I guess, when the roof was done. Here, I wanted to make a point to just mention that if, without the intake at the soffit, I'm probably going to recommend that vent screen, that gable vent screen, get cleaned just to allow maximum air infiltration or intake, I should say, to the attic. So to wrap it up, I want you all just to see what it looks like once the attic has been air sealed when we blow the insulation. And this is sped up a little bit, but you can see this is the blown cellulose and how deep we want it to be. And this is a finished attic, same job, and you could see just how different the attic landscape looks relative to your attic once everything has been sealed and the insulation has been put in place. You all will definitely see big changes in comfort, and your bill should definitely decrease. Thanks for watching.